Gentle Yoga, and I am Rebecca. And off we go. You know how when you change your habit, you lose that track, right? And that can be a really good thing. And it can also be jarring. And I think we're all in this moment where everything was a certain way for good or bad, for lots of difficulty and some silver linings. And now, as things begin to slowly open up, we have to re-engage with the world in a way that we are less accustomed. I actually went to a yoga class today in a studio with my mask on. I'm fully vaccinated, plus 2 weeks now, and it was quite wonderful. But a big change, a big change. So welcome. Take your seat, and we will have a moment to connect to our breath, connect to our bodies. Allow yourself to settle, letting go of whatever it took for you to get here today. Allowing your breath to be the center of your focus. Noticing what's beneath you. Maybe it's the floor or cushion or chair. Connecting from here right into the center of the earth. This is our connection to our planet, to being held in place right here. Notice the sounds you hear in your space. Can you discern which are close by and which are a little further away? And then closing, closing your eyes or taking a soft gaze, begin to turn your attention more deeply inward to the sensations of the inner body as you breathe. Where do you notice the breath? Is it at the point of entry, maybe your nose or upper lip? Is it at the point of fullness, maybe in your chest or belly? Or do you notice it more on the exhale? The feeling of emptiness, the breath leaving the body. Begin to track a breath from the first moment to fullness, to that switch to the exhale, to emptiness, and the new breath. Each breath is a new opportunity to reconnect to the present moment, to your body, to your experience. So begin to notice each new breath. Let's take 5 right here. Let the inhales help you get taller in your seat. Let the exhales connect you even more to the ground beneath you. 2 more breaths. And then come back into your natural breath and notice what just a few moments of focused concentration can do. Maybe you feel no change at all, or maybe you feel a little calmer, a little more settled. And let's continue. We'll take our sun breath. So bring your arms out and up, palms up as you inhale. Exhale, turn palms down and slowly lower the arms. Om will continue, and only take your arms as high as feels comfortable in your body today. We're beginning to connect movement and breath. floating up and floating down. One more time. Inhale up and exhale and come down. I'm going to scoot back a little bit so you can see me. There's always that sweet spot, right? Okay. So let us bring palms in front of you, interlacing your fingers. Palms are facing you. Elbows are bent. Turn and face your palms away. Inhale and press your hands away. Maybe your elbows straighten or maybe they don't. We're looking for a stretch here in the hands and the fingers and the wrists. Exhale and softly bend your elbows and inhale and press. We'll do that a few times. Exhale in. Inhale to press and open. Exhale in. This time you can do the same motion or inhale and raise your arms up a little bit higher, maybe all the way above your head. As you exhale, bend and draw your knuckles towards your head or chest or belly. Inhale, press up or out and away. Exhale in, and this time we'll press up and away on your inhale and then release and allow your hands to come down. Shake out your wrists. So we're going to work on some side body and tricep work. So take your left arm and bring it up next to your ear. Bend your elbow and bring your hand either right behind your head, or maybe you can begin to walk it down your back, maybe coming to the back of your neck or your upper back. Take your other arm and bring it up and see if you can grab your elbow. Maybe you stay right here, or maybe you can slide your arm behind your head. Press gently back with your head and gently pull your elbow across. We're looking for a stretch here in the back of the arm, in the armpit, maybe in the side of the upper back. Stay right here, or inhale, get taller, and exhale, a gentle lean away towards the right. Inhale back up, and we'll do that 2 more times if you'd like. Exhale and lean. Inhale up, and if you're sitting in a chair, please take a very gentle bend because there's not a lot of support here. And inhale here. We're going to let go and allow the arms to come all the way down. Inhale in place and then turn your head to the left. Inhale through center and turn your head to the right. Inhale through center. And we'll move to the other side. Raising your right arm up, bend at the elbow, and see if you can bring your hand behind your head, your neck. Maybe you can walk it down to behind your upper back. Now, of course, if this does not work in your body, then just stay with a gentle side bend and we'll all come back together. Inhale up, see if you can grasp your elbow. Maybe you stay right here, or maybe you can walk your arm behind your head a little bit. Inhale and grow tall, gently pressing your head back into your arm, gently pulling across to get a comfortable stretch. Stay right here, or inhale, get tall, and exhale, gentle side bend. Inhale back to center. Exhale into the side bend. And inhale back up. And last time, gentle side bend. Inhale back up and let go. Release the arms down. Inhale in place. Exhale, turn your head to the right. Inhale in place to center. Exhale, turn your head to the left. Inhale, center. Beautiful. Let's take a big open stretch. And we're going to come into a hug, bringing your left arm over your right. So elbows stacked, you're grasping either the back of your arm or your shoulder with your other hand. And again, if this is too much compression for you, bring it out a little further. The idea is to get this sensation of hugging. See if you can lift your elbows up just a little bit and maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Come back to center. Inhale and gently drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Inhale through center and right ear to right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, gently release your elbows down. Inhale, open wide, and we'll go to the other side, the other arm on top. Notice if it's different this way, if you need a different arm position. Take a moment, lift your elbows just a little bit and rock from side to side. I guess it's kind of a twist. And then come to stillness in the center. Inhale here and exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale to center, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale to center. Relax your arms down and inhale, open wide, and exhale, release arms down. Beautiful. Let's move into a seated cat-cow. So we've done this quite a bit, but if you're new to this, we'll inhale in place and then exhale. Think about tucking your pelvis, drawing your belly in, and then releasing your head forward. Your hands are on your knees or thighs for a little bit of counter pressure. Inhale, roll your pelvis forward, open the front body, reach through the crown of the head. I'm gently pulling on my knees to stretch. Exhale, tuck, draw in, open between the shoulder blades on your back. Inhale, roll and open, and continue moving with your breath and with your comfort in this set of movements. The inhale is an opening in the front body. The exhale is a tucking and a drawing in. And this or the next time that you come through center, pause here. If you're sitting cross-legged, bring your hands behind you and switch the cross of your leg. So the other leg is in front, whatever that other leg is. If there's a reason why that doesn't work for you, take care of yourself. Do what works for you. We're going to take some torso circles. So you decide how big these circles will be. If you're sitting in a chair, sit a little forward toward the edge of the chair so that you have some room to circle. And let it be soft and fluid. Maybe the circles get bigger. If this causes you any dizziness, then just sit and rest, and we'll join together again in a moment. Take your time, make it fluid and smooth. And then begin to make the circling smaller and smaller. Imagining that there's a column of light, of energy that moves up your spine and you're circling right around it. Can you feel, can you see in your mind's eye this column of light reaching up towards the sky? Come to stillness, feeling that connection between earth and sky, this energy that rises up on your inhales and drops down on your exhales. Let's take a twist from here. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Bring your left hand to your right, your left hand to your right knee, your right hand behind you. Inhale, grow tall, that column of light through the center of your body. Exhale, and see if you can gently twist around it. Inhale through center, and exhale. Again, we're sort of rotating around this central column of energy. Inhale to grow tall, and exhale to twist a little more. Inhale, coming back to center. We're going to circle in the opposite direction. So if you don't know what that is, just choose a side. And if it feels really familiar, then go the other way. And allow your circles to grow, to be fluid, softening in your hips and low back, in your middle belly, and the shoulders and the neck can be soft and fluid. Couple more circles in this direction. And then allow those circles to get smaller and smaller, more defined, more focused, as if you're circling around this column of energy, this column of light right in the center of the body. And come to stillness, feeling that energy lift up as you inhale, feeling that energy connect and ground as you exhale. Let's take a twist. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale with that column at the center, and then twist around it. Inhale through center. And again, we're rotating around this column. Hands are just there for support. Inhale to grow tall, and exhale, squeeze to twist around the center. Inhale, coming back to center. Extend, if you're sitting on the ground, maybe you'd like to extend your legs out a little bit and let them flop from side to side. And now we're going to move to tabletop, hands and knees. If that is not a good position for you, that is perfectly fine. You can do this movement that we're about to go into. You can do it seated in the chair. It's hard to do it seated on the ground, but if you're in a chair, you can do it. So choose where you'd like to be. If you're coming into tabletop, then make sure that you have something underneath your knees. I use this little extra bit of mat, but you can use a folded blanket or a towel or even a low cushion. Knees underneath your hips, hands, fists, or forearms underneath your shoulders, whatever feels best. Take a moment to get really long. Can you imagine that column of light, of energy in this horizontal position, reaching through the crown of your head towards one wall, reaching down through your tailbone towards the other wall, sending energy in both directions. Exhale here and draw your belly in and up, creating lots of stability in the lower body. Be soft, it doesn't have to be rigid, but we're just engaging our abdominal muscles. And then we'll move into cat and cow in this position. Inhaling and lifting your tail, softening your belly, lifting your crown. As you exhale, tuck the tail
Draw the belly in and up and release the head. Start the movement with the pelvis by lifting or drawing the tailbone back, softening the front body. Start the movement with the tuck, drawing the tail under you, drawing your belly in and up and releasing your head. Take several more strolls through cat and cow. So this is cat, the angry cat, and this is cow pose, like what a cow looks like with their bones in the back. Exhale, in, inhale, and open. One or two more, and come to stillness. That column of light, of energy, reaching to opposite walls. Let's extend the left leg behind you, toes down. If you're sitting in a chair, you can extend your leg out in front of you and flex your foot. We're going to rock a little bit here, stretching through foot and ankle and calf. And then inhale, if you'd like, and lift your leg just to hip height. If you're extending your leg in a chair, you can bend and straighten it if that feels better. Get nice and long, stay here, or add the reach of that opposite arm. Pressing, now the column is on a diagonal, right? Inhale here, exhale, draw knee and elbow towards each other. You can do this sitting too. Inhale long, exhale in, one more. Inhale long and exhale in, and come back to your starting position. And a little bit of wiggle waggle. If you need to, come down onto your forearms and turn your palms up so you can open and close your fists. If you need a little bit of relief in your hands or wrists. And when you're ready, make your way back to your table position or your tall seat. From here, we'll extend the right leg, toes down, or extend it out in front, flexing the foot, rolling through the foot, stretching the toes, the sole of the foot, the ankle, and then raise the leg, if you like, right to hip height, still flexing that leg, that foot. Stay here or add the opposite reach, getting really long. Inhale here and reach. Exhale, knee and elbow towards each other. Inhale, reach away, and exhale in. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale in. Hands and knees down. And let's come into a child's pose, walking your knees wide, toes together. Gently settle hips towards your heels and come down. You can come onto your forearms. You can stack your hands and rest your head, or come all the way down, forehead to the ground. And in this position, take several breaths, inhaling into the back body, finding that expansion in the back. Exhale and soften and sink, letting the hips soften towards your heels. Let's take 3 big breaths, exhaling with a sigh. Inhale, let it go. 2 more. Last one. And when you're ready, walk back up through tabletop. We're going to come all the way up to standing. So take support where you need it. Maybe you have a chair handy or your blocks or even a wall. Bringing one foot up, maybe you can curl toes under and press up all the way to standing. And then take your time to find Tadasana or mountain pose. We'll start right here with hips, with
feet hip distance apart. Rock a little bit from side to side, shifting your weight. And then see if you can find that middle space where you feel balanced from side to side. Maybe bring your hands to the top of your hips and rock forward and back between your heels and balls of the feet. Come to stillness. Lift your toes up. Spread them wide. Try to put them down, pinkies, middle three, and big toe. We'll do that 2 more times. Lift up the toes, spread them wide, pinkies, middle toes, big toe. Last time. Inhale up. If this is completely inaccessible, no worries. Just work with stretching through your feet and creating this nice broad base underneath us for our mountain pose. Release your hands down, palms facing forward, and feel that sense of that inner column of light from the pelvic floor in this position all the way up through the crown of your head, right through the center, right? So it lifts us up and it keeps us grounded. And it's the energy from which all the rest of the swirling of the world can be steadied, right from our inner core. So let's do some sun breaths. Inhale up, palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. And last time. Rest here with hands at heart center, feeling that push and pull from both hands coming together, if you are able to find that position. Feel the warmth of your palms meeting, the warmth of your fingers, your fingertips. Take a moment here to spy a focal point, a drishti, that can be at eye level, or it can be down or up, somewhere in the center of your vision field, and something that isn't moving. Get really sturdy on your feet. Spread them wide again if you need to. Eyes resting on your focal point. And we're going to move into flying crane. Inhale, spread your wings, lift that right leg like you're stepping up onto a box or a big step. Inhale, foot down, hands through heart center. Exhale, find your wings, lift up. And now we'll move 1 breath per movement. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Eyes on your focal point for support. Inhale and exhale. Inhale here, and this time we'll hold. Hold, hold, and release. Pause in the center, and hold, 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 and release. Pause in the center. We're going to work with crane to crescent. We've done this before, for those of you who've been here before, but we're going to add on from crane to crescent to warrior two. So I'll show you head on, and then I'll turn sideways. So we'll start here in our mountain pose. We'll inhale, lifting the right leg, coming to crane. We're going to step this leg behind us, coming onto the ball of the foot. The front knee is bent a little bit right over the ankle, and we'll send our arms up. This is crescent lunge. From here, we're going to pivot and lower our back heel and turn, coming into our warrior two pose. So let me show you from the side what it looks like. Starting here, I'm going to use the other leg so you'll be able to see me. Inhale to your crane. Exhale back to crescent. Pivot and come into warrior two. You saw I had to move my legs a little bit further apart. And then we'll come back and go again. Okay? So now we'll do it together. You've seen, and don't feel like you have to have it right away. I'll talk you through it. Starting right here in our mountain pose, hands at heart center. Inhale to crane, right leg up. Exhale, step behind yourself, stay on railroad tracks, arms come up. Crescent. Pivot, lower your heel, and open into your warrior two. So I'll turn sideways. So your front knee is bent right over your ankle. Your back leg is turned in a little bit, toes turning in, arms at shoulder height. Inhale here and straighten the front leg. Raise your arms up. Exhale and drop back into warrior two. Inhale and up. Exhale, warrior two. Now we're going to do a funky move and bring your back arm forward as you pivot, coming back into crescent. And then we'll step up to crane and back to our starting position. Okay, take a breath here and we'll work to the other side. Inhale to crane, left leg is up. Exhale back, crescent. Take a moment, find your stability. Pivot, dropping that heel and open into warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms up. Exhale, drop back into warrior two. Try to keep that knee pressing open. Inhale up and exhale down. And now we'll draw the back arm forward, pivot through crescent and step up. You can tap down. I need to. Inhale to crane and back to our mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a few breaths. We're going to go through it one more time. If we're going to learn this long sequence, we might as well take a minute to explore it. Okay, when you're ready, inhale to crane, right leg up. Exhale to crescent. Pivot, drop the heel, and open to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, turn and look to the side, arms up. Exhale, drop back in. Inhale, get tall, straighten the leg. Exhale, drop back in. Now, back arm is going to swing forward as you pivot, coming into the crescent lunge, and then inhale, tap down if you need to, step into crane, and come back to center. Whew. Take a few breaths, and we'll do the other side. Last time through. Inhale, crane. Step it back, crescent. Drop the heel and pivot, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, straighten the leg, look to your side. Exhale, drop into the pose. Inhale, straighten and lengthen. Exhale, drop in. Back arm swings forward as you pivot on your back ball of the foot. Step up, find your crane, and step down. Come to stillness. Take a few breaths right here. Beautiful work. And shake it out. We're going to make our way down to sitting. So take your own gentle path down, making use of your props. And come into a bound angle seat with soles of feet together, knees apart, and begin to rock a little bit from side to side. Letting go of the effort of the standing sequence, both the physical effort and the brain effort, right? We want to grow those brain cells, learning new, creating new pathways, like we said at the beginning. Okay, so sitting still here, notice if you're slumping back or if your knees are way up. That's a good indicator that you should sit up a little taller, maybe on the edge of a folded blanket, maybe on a cushion or pillow. Let's bring it behind you. You can either sit on the edge, or I like to just literally sort of wedge it behind me just for a little more support. Let's extend the right leg out long, bringing the left sole of the foot towards our inner thigh, okay? Now make sure that your extended leg, the toes and the knee are pointing up towards the ceiling, right? Don't let them drop out, or some of us drop in. So right coming out straight from the hip. Let's inhale and raise arms up. Lower the left hand and exhale, leaning away from the extended leg. Get nice and long. Inhale up through center. Bring your hand to the inside of your extended leg and come up and over in a side bend. You can bend your elbow, bring your hand to the back of your head. You can also just have your hand on your hip. And now we'll move one breath per movement. Inhale through center, exhale, lean away. Inhale through center and exhale up and over. Take your time. Exhale as you lean away. Inhale through center. And this, or the next time that you come through center, pause here, bringing fingertips behind you, switch your legs. Use your hand if you need to. And again, make sure of the positioning of your extended leg. Inhale, arms up, lower the right. Exhale, and lean away from that left leg. Get long. Inhale through center, and exhale up and over again. Take the position that works best in your body today. And we'll move through this flow. Inhale up, exhale away. And this, or the next time that you come through center, bring fingertips behind you and extend both legs out. Bring them in a little closer and take teeny tiny bounces. This helps to release the hip flexors. And then windshield wiper your legs. Sometimes I like to just let the legs be totally floppy and use my arms, my hands, to press them in. Now, if your legs tend to flop in, you can do the opposite and press them out. Finding some release in the legs. And we're going to make our way down onto our backs. So from here, you can bend your knees and stack them and slide one arm out and roll all the way onto your back. Let your knees bend, feet on the mat if you like. And maybe you'd like to draw your knees into your chest and rock a little bit from side to side, releasing all the effort of the practice thus far. And coming back to center, bring your feet back down to the mat. So knees are bent, feet are on the mat, about hip distance apart, feet and knees, and let your feet be close to your body, comfortably. Your arms can be down at your sides, palms down. We're going to work with a little bit of bridge, so please make sure that there's nothing underneath your head right now. And as we work with this sequence, please avoid turning your head while you're pressed up into the bridge. Okay, so keep your head nice and steady. So with arms down at your sides, we're going to press in to the feet, and on an inhale, lift your hips an inch or more off of the mat. Exhale and lower them down. Now notice with your hands at your sides, you can use a little bit of downward pressure with your arms to assist gently with this lift into the bridge. So inhale, press down with your feet, press down with your arms, and lift your hips maybe a little bit higher. And exhale, softly lower down. Continue with this lifting and lowering. Or if you'd like, the next time you're lifting up, hold. Stay in place for the exhale. Inhale and lift a little bit higher. And then exhale and come all the way down. So you can lift and lower, you can lift and hold, or lift, pressing down to lift up, hold in place, and try rocking your hips from side to side as you inhale. And exhale, lower down. So take your time with any of these bridge options, lifting and lowering, lifting and holding, lifting and rocking, and move through your bridge practice. Taking your time, working with your breath. And this or the next time that your hips come down, pause there, maybe draw your knees in, hug them in, and rock from side to side if that feels good. And then take a moment to notice if there's any other pose you'd like to take before we move into an extended guided meditation. So maybe a twist, happy baby, figure four stretch, or something else entirely. Working to both sides if you're doing something that is one-sided. And then beginning to make your way into your position for meditation. Now that can be lying on your back with lots of support, maybe pillows under your knees, a pillow under your head, a blanket. Or if you prefer, you can lie flat on your back with your legs up the wall. You can also be seated, sitting up nice and supported, maybe gently leaning against the wall, sitting up on a cushion, or sitting in a chair. So take your time to finish your practice and make your way into your position for guided meditation. So we're going to take a trip to the beach. You notice along the travels the change in the air, in the trees as you get closer to the shore. You arrive at the beach, step outside and smell the sea air, feel the breeze. You begin to walk towards the dunes. You see the walkway that takes you over the dunes down to the ocean. You can't see the ocean yet, but you begin to cross the boardwalk. The long grasses are blowing, swishing. There's a gentle breeze. Something catches your eye and you notice there are deer grazing in the dunes. You hold still for just a moment to catch a glimpse. And then you continue walking across the boardwalk. And then you see the ocean. You take in the vista, that huge expanse, that feeling of awe, like you're at the edge of the world. There's a breeze. You can hear the waves breaking. You walk down the steps to the sand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kick off your shoes and feel the cool sand between your toes. You slowly walk right down to the water's edge and listen. The next wave that comes in touches your toes and then slides back out to sea, the sea foam tickling your feet. You begin to walk along the water's edge, feeling the wind, looking for shells, gazing out to sea. You could walk forever. You spy a big shell sticking up out of the sand. You lift it up and see that it's empty. You put it to your ear and listen. What do you hear? You place the shell back on the sand for the next encounter. There's a feeling of peace and calm and a sense of being exactly where you should be. Soon it's time to start back. You turn and now the wind is at your back. The tide is coming in. Walking along, you glance out to sea. And there they are, dolphins gliding by, cutting through the water, jumping for the sheer joy of it. Take your time walking along, making your way back to your walkway. You find your stairs, grab your shoes, and start up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the top, you turn for one last look, feeling humbled by the majesty before you, the vastness stretching to infinity. You feel your heart open. You turn and walk through the dunes on the boardwalk, hearing the crickets start to sing. The breeze is gentle, and the sound of the waves recedes. In this moment, there is only here, only now, only you and your breath. Begin to come back into your body, becoming aware of fingers and toes, the feeling of the ground beneath you. The light and the sounds in your space. When you're ready, if you're lying down, roll to one side and pause. And then press into your hands to slowly make your way up to sitting, allowing your attention to stay deeply inward for another moment or two. Bringing your palms together in front of you, begin to rub, creating friction, heat. When your hands feel nice and warm, bring them to cup your eyes. Slowly blinking, blinking your eyes open, and release your hands down. We'll seal our practice with one chant of Om for the community that we create when we practice together, even if it's not at the beach. Bringing hands to heart center, we'll inhale together. Om. Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and with each other. Have a beautiful day.